Hello everyone, today I'm going to be giving my most chaotic family in The Sims 4 a makeover. Now they already have CC, but I haven't updated them in a very long time, so I thought it'd be appropriate to give them a more current makeover. And I'm also going to explain why this family is the most chaotic one that I've had in a while in this video too. And before I start the makeover, I'm going to address something. So I have a lot of CC in my game, as some of you guys know, and one of the presets that I've been using for a long time has broken the toddlers in my game, and the toddlers in my game look kind of crazy. So because of that, I'm not going to be giving the toddler Rose a makeover in this video because it's just really hard to when she looks like this. But if I do play this family again in this channel in the future, then I will be sure to give her a makeover then. So I guess I'm going to start with the first sim in the family, which is the dad Rami. And he is basically a really chill, down-to-earth kind of farmer kind of dad. This family has their roots in farming and the cottage living pack. And they actually lived on a ranch, the really big lot in the cottage living world, Henford and Bagley. And they had a really cute farmhouse, loads of cows, sheep, chickens. I just said sheeps, I meant sheep. And I actually started playing this family as just Rami and his wife Ayana. And as you can see from Rami's traits, he's kind of like a bookworm, he's good, he likes animals, he's a lot more chilled. And we'll go into Ayana's traits later, but he's very down to earth and relaxed. But anyways, I think for the CC, I'm going to take off all of the skin details. He does have like slight freckles or moles. I need to take off this lip overlay too because I don't really use that anymore. And then one thing that I really need to take off is the eye contacts and also the face shadows, because I used to love the face shadows in my game, and now I'm not really into that. And then the eye contacts that I used to use in my game as well are kind of more realistic, and I prefer a more Maxis Match look these days. So I'm going to give him really dark brown eyes from these Northern Siberia Winds contacts. And since I have 4 Sims to give a makeover to, I guess I'm not going to do a makeover with all of the outfits, although I will do that off camera because I don't want to spend like 3 hours giving a makeover. But I thought it'd be nice to kind of share some of the new CC that I've been using. Also, do you guys like my cast background? This is by Elsers, I think. It's like the Christmas background. It's really cute. But yeah, back to the story. So basically, I started playing these Sims kind of at the start of the year, and they were really a cute, wholesome couple with opposite personalities. And as I explained, he has a more relaxed, chilled, laid back kind of personality, whereas his wife is a lot more highly strung, high maintenance, diva-ish, you could say. And they actually got married on the ranch. It was really cute. It was probably the cutest wedding I've ever had because it was on their home lot and it was really private, intimate. And then soon after, they had their first son, Rory, which is here. I gave all of the kids our names because I kind of like to do that in The Sims. I like to give all of the kids like similar sounding names. You might have noticed that. And then not long after they had Rory, they had Riley, and they were really close in age. I'd say Rory looks exactly like his mum, and Riley's a bit more of a mix, but I think the kids in general look a lot more like their mum. But the kid that I deleted, Rose, the youngest, she looks a lot more like the dad. But although Rami and Ayana do have a pretty peaceful like relationship, I guess, Ayana is a type of sim to kind of throw a fit over everything, and she's very hot-headed. She gets angry a lot, and sometimes she gets even angry at her kids for doing like the littlest thing. She's very like sensitive and highly strung, I guess. But yeah, she is quite like angry, and like if Rami doesn't do something a certain way, she'll yell at him, but then they'll make up very quickly because he's not confrontational. And I think that's kind of the key to why they're still together, because he doesn't fight back, which is a shame. But I think that's something that I really like about this family, because they are realistic. They don't have the perfect relationship. They have their flaws, especially Ayana. But I think he looks a lot more my style, and I like the more casual vibe that we've got for him rather than the whole farmer vibe. Now moving on to Ayana, who is one of my favorite. Like, I remember when I made this sim, she is one of the prettiest sims I've ever made, ever. I love her so much. But as you can see from Ayana's trait, she is mean, she's ambitious, and she is outgoing, so she's very good with people, although she also isn't at the same time because she is mean. But she does get herself into a lot of trouble, and she is quite conniving at times too. And probably the most horrible thing that she did to Rami, which kind of displays her mean and ambitious and outgoing traits altogether, is that she actually cheated on Rami with some random neighbor, like some guy that she met in the neighborhood. And it was horrible. And it actually happened right before she got pregnant with Rose. So I remember kind of getting a scare like, oh my god, what if this isn't Rami's kid and he finds out? It's going to be so bad. But luckily for Ayana, no one ever found out, and it's kind of like her dirty secret. But I don't even know if she feels bad about it. Like sometimes I think maybe she does, but then other times she kind of shows that she doesn't really care about Rami as much as she cares about her. So for me, it's kind of hard to decide like how I feel about her as a sim. I definitely like her because I made her and I see her flaws and the things that are good about her. She is a good mom to her kids, but some things do build up, and I think as I play this family later on, once I've given their makeover and stuff like that and really get back into them, that things might get worse for her and the family as a whole. But I think in terms of makeup, I think I'm going to keep a similar vibe because she does have a dramatic makeup style and fashion sense. Despite being a mom of 3, she does like to kind of show off her glamorous side. Maybe more like purpley plum undertones. I'm kind of in that vibe because it's Christmassy winter. And you can see a little thing that I did even when I made her back then. She has a snake necklace because she's a snake. And okay, this is the final look. It's very villainous almost, but the top is by Serenity. It's from the, I can't remember the collection, but it's one of the newest collections. It's kind of this dark, sultry vibe. And then the bottoms are from the Vanilla collection by Serenity, and it's kind of these black yoga pants. And then she's got these black peeled boots by Serenity as well, and I think it really pairs nicely together. I feel like this fits her vibe perfectly because she's always trying to look classy, but she also doesn't want to really let go of her youth and she wants to stay young. So I feel like the top is kind of her trying to be classy and the bottoms are maybe trying to stay young and hip, maybe trying to copy where her daughter's buying clothes or something. But to me, Ayana definitely looks as iconic as ever, and I didn't even really need to change her skin details because I just love them so much. Now moving on to the eldest son, Rory, who looks the double of his mom, but I definitely need to change the skin details. And Rory's a pretty good kid. He wants to be a friend of the world, he's self-assured, and he's a vegetarian, and I randomized these traits as well. But if we take off these skin details, you can see how different he looks. And I'm going to give him some light freckles because he always had kind of freckly moles like his dad, but not as strong. And then again, we're going to change the contacts, and then we're going to take off the face shadows and the catch lights as well. Even though I love the catch lights, it just doesn't fit my vibe now. Like if you are going for the more realistic look, I think it's the perfect piece of CC to have to enhance the realism. But for me, it's just too realistic for my Maxis match style. And then we need to give him lashes, and I think I'm going to change his brows to match his dad's maybe. His dad had the 92 brows. I feel like those work for him, but they don't really look too dark. But I am going to change his hair anyway, so maybe the new brows will fit his hair better. Or the new hair will fit his brows better, that's what I meant. Wait, why does that hair look so good for him? Okay, we're going to use this one for sure. And when it comes to dressing teen boys, I never know what to do. I always do like this kind of top and then ripped jeans, and I never really have any originality. So I'm going to try and do something different, but I'm probably going to end up doing the same thing. But in terms of the kids' childhood, I'd say Rory and Riley had a pretty nice childhood. They had a lot of friends. They always had them over. Their parents were really good with them and stuff like that. I even made a little friend group so that all of their friends from school could all hang out together, and they play card games and they play sports. And the family actually recently moved from the ranch because it just got too expensive for them to maintain the house. And they actually moved to the suburbs. So I feel like since that happened when they were teenagers, they kind of lost a kind of magical part of their childhood. But that doesn't mean the story has to end. And I think a lot is going to happen from this point onwards when I play them. But again, I think that's the fun part with this save, is that I never know what's going to happen. Like crazy things can happen with all of the mods and all of the Sims just doing things autonomously. Okay, and that's Rory's outfit done. So he's kind of got this jacket and grey t-shirt. He's got a silver chain or necklace, I guess, some jeans, and then some kind of black worker boots, all by Aretha, I think, except from the jeans. The jeans are by Green Llama. Now moving on to Riley, which is probably the one that I'm most excited to give a makeover to because she just does not look like one of my current Sims. Like, what was I thinking with this hair? I mean, the hair's nice, but just not for her in my opinion. But Riley is actually a glutton. She's gloomy, and she wants to be a musical genius, which is very interesting to me. I love when my Sims have creative aspirations. And I also feel like the gloomy trait kind of relates to her wanting to be like a musician. And I kind of have the idea now that she's just turned into a teen of her starting to write songs and kind of become really like, you know, that kind of creative genius. But from her face, I can definitely see a lot of her mum. But yeah, I would say despite the children having a good relationship with their parents and everything being harmonious when they were kids, I think Riley, especially now that she's a teen, is starting to have like kind of butt heads with her mum more. I feel like because she's different from her mum in a lot of ways, and obviously the typical mother-daughter relationship is never easy, I think it is going to cause a lot of issues as she gets older. And whether it's something they can overcome is up to them, and how far things go is also up to them. I really love this hair and the brows. She looks really model-esque, and I think I'm going to keep the purple vibe. Okay, so this is the look that I actually went for, and it's a lot more black and gothic and kind of gloomy than I thought it was going to be. But I feel like this kind of sums up the phase that she kind of started, because she was kind of a lot more gloomy as a teenager than she was as a kid. And I also feel like this really pairs with the storyline that's about to build in the game. So to match the outfit, we're going to go with a bit more of a dark makeup style, trying out bolder colors and things that she never had seen before. Almost taking a leaf out of her mum's book, but in a completely different way, taking it in a completely different direction. Okay, so I feel like this kind of sums up the makeup that I wanted to try for her. Very experimental, probably not the most well executed makeup, but I feel like it suits her as a sim, and considering she's so young and new to everything. But I think the eye makeup is very cool, and yeah, I love the whole fashion statement. It's very bold, very new for her. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little CC makeover. If you want to know where any of the CC is that I used in this video, just ask and I'll be happy to link anything to you. Giving these Sims this makeover definitely makes me want to get straight into gameplay and start playing them again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I will see you soon with another Sims 4 video. Bye!